Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I have a spring candle haul. So there was a sale, actually it's still going, and it's $15.95 on all candles. There was also a $12.95 flash sale yesterday, I want to say, online only. But then my mother was getting coupons through the mailer, so I asked her to snap a photo of it so I could do BOPIS and do the buy online pickup in store, and use a 20% off coupon a second time. So I did that to be able to grab one candle that I've been really anticipating. But then when I went into the store, there was another candle that I hadn't seen before, or I've seen on social media, but I hadn't actually smelled it myself. So I picked that one up, and then a few knickknacks. Believe it or not, they were still like 75% off SAS finds to be had, so there's that too, and we'll get right into it. So the first candle we have is Springtime in Paris. I was waiting for this one forever, and it finally is in my region. And it is Soft Peach, Lotus Blossom, and Fresh Bergamot. This was part of the $16 price point. It wasn't part of the $12.95 of the flash sale. And then I used the 20% off on top of it to be able to get it for probably the cheapest I'm going to be able to get it in a while. Unless they do a BOGO deal, but it'd be really, really close. Any case, yes. So this one has the fancy lid on it, so that's why it's $29.50. And did I read the notes? Soft Peach, Lotus Blossom, and Fresh Bergamot? Just very safe, inoffensive, like floral clean fragrance from Bath & Body Works. There was a Springtime in Provence before, which is not Springtime in Paris. Springtime in Provence was a totally different fragrance. That was more fruity with a touch of like this weird floral BO component to it. It's totally not that. This is like a spa clean type of fragrance, where you definitely get a little bit of a sweet peach fruity note in there, and then some type of like clean spa floral. Is it Lotus Blossom? I don't know, I couldn't really tell you, but it smells very like spa-like. I would imagine this more as like I could see like soft ocean air or a salt breeze or something as a note in this, like during the summertime. There's a very clean, uplifting fragrance to it, that's slightly perfumey. Yeah, very inoffensive, safe, type of pleasant enough fragrance. It's not like overly like floral in like a rose type of way, or like a lilac where it's like really in your face. It's more like a softer, cleaner floral. It could possibly be like not quite laundry, but almost going there. But think of that vibe. So that's what Springtime in Paris smells like to me. I thought I was hoping for maybe, I don't know, when I think of Paris, you think of like Parisian perfume houses or like French perfume houses, and then you think of more like floral fragrances. It's not really like that, but yeah, it is what it is. So Springtime in Paris right there. So there was that. Then I was in the store, and they were setting up the Color Run Murano glass collection, and there's actually a strawberry pound cake in that collection as well. Sugared orange and vanilla has surfaced online and is available in stores now. That has the same exact notes as citrus crystals, so we don't need that. Citrus crystals has been out before, and I never really cared for it. It's like a sweet, sort of like fizzy, a vibrant orange fragrance with just a touch of like sweetness to it. It's not at all like a orange creamsicle fragrance, like the orange creamsicle fragrance that we had before, which wasn't there an orange cream soda or something like that too, which was the same thing? It's not that fragrance. That has way more like vanilla creamy like float action to it that citrus crystal / sugared orange and vanilla did not have. So yeah, the renaming game is very strong with Bath & Body Works lately. And speaking of renaming, let's go into the next fragrance, and that is Sugar Plum and Blackberries are right here, and that's what that looks like. This one popped up in, I think, like test stores in Atlanta or something earlier, and then it's finally in stores now. She was literally just unboxing the box of it. It wasn't even out on the display yet, so I was able to snag it then, and it was on sale as well. It's Juicy Market Plum, tart mixed berries, and natural vanilla bean. Has the core wicks with the purple wax on it right there. This is oh so similar. Oh my God, to the point, once again, this is what's just so like aggravating or deceptive, or just like really breaks your trust with the brand, is when they keep releasing fragrances with new names on it. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm sniffing through my mask and it smells kind of decent on, cold or whatever. So let me bring it home. And then you bring it home, you sniff a little bit more, and then like you decide for it. And then you realize it's so similar to something you've had else before. It's like every time you buy a new Bath & Body Works candle now, there's always that like immediate like question of like, oh my God, is this really a repackage? Am I going to be duped? Like there's a very much like, am I going to be duped feel or quality to buying Bath & Body Works products now, because so many of the times it's just fragrances that we've had before that are just renamed as something new, but they aren't actually truly new. So I hate that there's like a lingering, like, am I going to be duped, like feel to Bath & Body Works with everything now. It's just like, what is it gonna be from the past that we've had before? Maybe it's not a problem, once again, for people who've just like been with Bath & Body Works for a few years or like 1 or 2 years. But like if you've been with them for a long amount of time, then it's just kind of like, oh crap, I probably have something like this before. Still, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this or not, because although it is a dupe of something very similar, it's still nice-ish enough. So in any case, Spring Plum and Blackberries. This is just so beyond similar to Raspberry Citrus Swirl right here, which this was actually a repackage of Pink Lemonade Punch. This was back in 2016, and I think Pink Lemonade Punch was either 14 or 15. So you can see they've been doing the repackaging game forever. Like, that's just their business model. This is raspberries with citrus and passion fruit juice. Yeah, wow, they are so similar. Do I even need to keep this? I don't even know. You just buy something in store because it looks new and exciting, you know, and it smells decent enough, but God, these are so similar. And when I first smelled this in store, I was like, this smells just like berry vanilla. Well, Raspberry Citrus Swirl definitely came to my mind, but I thought maybe there was a little bit extra vanilla bean in there. I don't know. But when I first smelled this, I was like, this smells just like the signature / summer vanillas, berry vanilla. If you're an OG BBW fan, remember they used to do the signature vanillas before. Apricot vanilla, lemon vanilla, berry vanilla, and cherry vanilla. They might have been even a pineapple or a passion fruit or something. I don't remember. But yes, it smells very much like berry vanilla. And I really love the berry vanilla fragrance, but it's kind of like I have that in Raspberry Citrus Swirl. I really don't know if there's any difference to it. Obviously this is old and it's like, smells a little bit burnt, so it does affect the fragrance a little bit, but it's that same super juicy and tart, like raspberry / berry blend. I don't really get blackberry in the same ways that I get it in blackberry creme frosting, which is not to be confused with pink prosecco frosting, which that's actually raspberry mimosa and not blackberry creme frosting. But clearly they're really trying to push the blackberry thing. Like, blackberry must be the really hot fragrance note for them. Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be blackberries, but it's that like raspberry, blackberry, strawberry, like berry blend mixed with a very tart, zingy citrus, which was also kind of present in berry vanilla too. And then just a little bit of a sweetness that could maybe be vanilla, but it's not as creamy as you would imagine a vanilla fragrance to be. So yeah, I don't know. It's like a bright, zesty berry blend. And the zestiness comes from like a slight citrus feel to it, which that's why it was also Pink Lemonade Punch at one point, because it was the berries of the pink part of the lemonade mixed with a citrus of the lemonade drink. So that's why you can see how they all kind of tie together. Yeah, they must the blackberry thing must be really popular for them, and they just keep like, you know, rearranging the notes and bringing out old fragrances and tweaking them to see what naming works for it. But this is just so immensely similar. Yeah, I was kind of excited because I was like, this smells just like berry vanilla when I was in the store. But now that I smell, I'm just like, this is so similar to this that I'm like, do I even want to burn it and then exchange it afterwards when I realize it is indeed a repackage? I don't know if it's even worth that like risk. So yeah, I don't know. If you like berry vanilla, if you like raspberry citrus swirl, then you'll enjoy this one. Or if you like Smile Pink Lemonade Punch, you'll enjoy it. I think also if you like the other pink lemonade they've had before, or raspberry mimosa, or pink prosecco frosting, they're all very like that fragrance family must be really popular for them, because they keep releasing fragrances that are also similar to that, like berry drink fragrance. Now that I have it home, it does seem very redundant. So yeah, I don't know. That's Spring Plum and Blackberries. At least I was able to talk about it on camera and I guess pass on the information. So that was that right there. And then let's see, I was really I have a reward that expires tomorrow, and I was hoping to get the white t-shirt body care shower gel with that, but none of the stores in my region have any of the shower gels of white t-shirt in yet. They did have the fresh cotton and coconut fragrance, however, in shower gel, but it was heavy on the coconut, and I really don't care for coconut fragrances, so I didn't need that. So I was like, well, shoot, this reward expires, I might as well cash it in for something. So I did get a white t-shirt single wick candle instead. I would have loved to see this in a 3-wick. There's this plus fresh sheets and the coconut and cotton thing in all single wick, but there is not 3 wicks of this. Let's see what the notes on this say. So the notes on this say crisp pear, lavender, cloud, and soft cedar wood. So yeah, this is like a hot new scent. It was, I believe it tested back in, was it last year or maybe the year before that? It was in test markets for a while. And it must have done well enough because they did release it like a full launch actually, like body care and home fragrance, wallflower and everything. But I do enjoy it. It does smell like much like a laundry detergent or fabric softener type of fragrance to it. There's that crisp cleanness to it in there. Most certainly lavender I get because there's that sharp, astringent herbal quality that you get from lavender that often smells kind of soapy. It really does smell like laundry is kind of going. I guess it's just like very cleverly marketed or packaged as saying it's white t-shirt, you know? Because like, imagine if it was called pear and lavender and people would be like, oh, whatever, but it's white t-shirt. So that's why you start thinking that it's something that's like more fancy than it is. But it's like a variety of like linen laundry fragrances. I mean, yeah, it's in the same linen laundry fragrance as all the other linen ones they've done before, but there is a certain like, just very like prettiness to it. There's definitely a floral component to this as well. That it does lean a little bit like more feminine than maybe some of the other linen fragrances do. But yeah, I don't know. I really wouldn't mind getting a shower gel of this just because I really enjoy like the cleaner fragrances. It does kind of slightly remind me of Beachfront Blanket, but I don't think it's exactly it. But I was like, I have a reward and let me just see how the single wick does, even though I have no luck with the single wicks. I was like, it's just leaving money on the table if I don't use a reward. So I had to the white t-shirt right there. And that's what that was. Was there anything else in store to talk about? I smelled the pear creme brulee. That's the body care of that Sweet Shop collection. It just smelled very similar to toasted hazelnut and praline, so I didn't need that. Peach Prosecco Macaron wasn't as heavy on the vanilla or macaron note in body care as I was hoping for. It was just like another run-of-the-mill peach scent, similar to like Georgia Peach and Sweet Tea, so I didn't need that. Bubbly Rose, I don't even care for in home fragrance, so I didn't need that either. And then there's the Whipped Berry Meringue or whatever, which I think that's supposed to be Boardwalk Taffy or Cotton Candy Clouds or something like that. One of those fragrances. So I don't think I needed any of that. So Fresh Getaway does smell very nice. It had like a citrus floral blend to it. Kind of similar to like the neutral clean appeal of like Lovely Dreamer. If you like that one, I think you might enjoy Fresh Getaway as well. That one, if it comes in full size, I really definitely want to try out. Definitely want to try out the white t-shirt. And I think that's it for, there's like a Pastel Skies and some other Cloud 9 thing coming, I believe. So I have a few more rewards still in the bank, so I'll try to use those on that. And then let's see. I also have one pocket back. I've been freaking loving that Clean Slate fragrance. I bought the 75% off cologne. I've been using it like anytime I go out, like Clean Slate is what's on me. I think I might slightly like it a little bit more than Stone. Like I still love Stone, but Clean Slate is up there too. Oh my God, I love it. And they renamed it as just plain Slate and gave it like a new packaging. And that's what that looks like right there. And I love this fragrance, so I'd love having it in pocket back as well. So I'm all about that. So I was like, I'll just pick this one up. So we'll get that. There was a white t-shirt pocket back as well, but the pocket back was really soapy. So I was like, I'd rather get Slate. So we did that. And then I was just like, on my way back from somewhere, and there was a BBW in the region that I hadn't been to in a while, and I was like, let me just breeze in and see what's going on. And they had 3 of these at the cash wrap for 75% off, so I picked up 2 of them. That's the sugared pecan pie right here. This was the online exclusive for the longest time. I think it was out last year in that black packaging as well, and I was always super curious to see what this was, because word on the street was that it was pretty much just a repackage of pumpkin pecan waffles. But a lot of times, like I personally can't go off of word on the street because you just really don't know unless you smell it yourself. So I was always super curious, but I was like, I don't need to pay shipping for that. So we finally found it in the store and got it for like $6 and some change. And so it is gooey brown sugar filling, toasted pecans, and homemade pie crust. This one, I've actually been really going to town on this one. So this one's like half done. You can see it does kind of discolor like how pumpkin pecan waffles would. This is not pumpkin pecan waffles though. Is it similar? Yes, absolutely. But it's not actually pumpkin pecan waffles. It's not even like, let's say, oh, they just took the pumpkin pecan waffles fragrance and like put in less of a fragrance load. I don't think it's that either. I think it is a different fragrance. I think the main similarity you get from it is that slight bakery vibe, and then obviously the like cinnamon sugared pecans vibe that you get from both fragrances are definitely in here. But that's pretty much it. Like pumpkin pecan waffles is much heavier. That one has such a heavy syrupy maple syrup note that this does not have. So that's the first difference. The second difference is that there's a heavy waffle batter note in pumpkin pecan waffles that is just so distinctly that fluffy golden waffle batter note. Especially when like melt or use the waffle hour with that has like a very like delicious golden like waffle batter note to it. Is not the same bakery as it is in here either. And then the pecan note almost has like a slight almond slash amaretto vibe to pumpkin pecan waffles as well. That gives it an extra juicy nuttiness. And so there's that nuttiness, there's the maple syrup and the golden waffle batter notes all in pumpkin pecan waffles, and dial that up to like a 10, and that's what pumpkin pecan waffles is. This is lacking those, but it has the same like oily, greasy pecan note, but everything else about it is a little bit different. Yes, they are similar, but I don't think they're the same fragrance. So here, you definitely get that oily, greasy pecans, and especially when you like start to light it up, it does get that sort of like, there's that distinct oily, like I always say pecans that are like going bad in the pantry vibe. It's definitely in here, so they share that. And then there's a cinnamon sugared component to it that's really quite scrumptious. And then you get like a brown sugar bakery note in there that is very like warm and gooey. That kind of reminds me of like the pecan pie topping or whatever. There's like a gooey brown sugar filling in there. And it has a slight crustiness, but it's not as crusty as blueberry pie or even berry waffle cone, but a similar like brown sugar bakery vibe is most certainly in here, mixed with the pecans and like a cinnamon sugar component. It's actually like a very nice like alternative to pumpkin pecan waffles. Like if pumpkin pecan waffles like, you know, existed in an alternate universe, then maybe that would be sugared pecan pie. And I guess it does kind of remind me of a pecan pie. Yeah, like I just want to crunch into it and just like get all the calories and the juicy like sugars of the pecan pie bar right now when I smell it. But yeah, so that's it. I think it's different though. It also heavily reminds me of banana bundt cake, like the base of banana bundt cake. If you tone down like that super artificial banana note and banana bundt cake, but you're left with that same like sort of like cakey, bakery, nutty fragrance, because if you recall, banana bundt cake also has like a nutty fragrance to it. It smells a whole lot like the base of banana bundt cake. So it's like somewhere like between, they took banana bundt cake and then also took pumpkin pecan waffles and kind of like averaged out the fragrances. That's kind of what this is. Yeah. Vaguely reminiscent to cinnamon sugar pecans as well from this past holiday season, but that was like totally unscented, but that same oily, greasy pecan note is definitely in both of them. This could indeed be a cinnamon sugared pecan fragrance, and I would totally like be in agreement with that as well. So it could be marketed as something else, but I'm just happy that it's not pumpkin pecan waffles. And I actually really enjoy pumpkin pecan waffles, but sometimes it's just too much and it gets really burnt and really grody and really nasty by the mid-range point, that this is a nice alternative. And I can still smell it in my bedroom like no problem. It's like really scrumptious. That's why I've just been burning it like crazy. It's just like a nice like neutral, not neutral, but I guess just a nice pleasant, could be all year round nutty bakery fragrance that I'm really enjoying, that I'm like, originally I was gonna like maybe exchange out the second one, but I kind of want to keep the second one because I'm just really enjoying this one. I just like how it's a little bit more mild and not so cloying as pumpkin pecan waffles is, but it's definitely still a like different fragrance. So that was like my dissertation on the differences between sugared pecan pie and pumpkin pecan waffles. Is just, these are the kind of things that like nag me in my brain or like in my mind like throughout the years, where I'm just like, gosh, I really want to try that fragrance out, but I don't want to pay for shipping. And then so like when I finally get it, I'm like, oh my God, let me compare the two and see how it does. And that's kind of what happened with sugar pecan pie. So I'm sorry, this is probably old news for most people, but I'm just like finally got it out of my system that I could finally compare this to pumpkin pecan waffles and realize there are actually indeed two different fragrances. So yes, thank you for watching. That was my sugar pecan pie right there. And I think that is it. So yes, there's a whole like there's a whole like home fragrance guide that was released on, I think, Life Inside the Page Daily Finds or whatever, or maybe Scents Galore, one of the two, that had like all the fragrances coming out for spring 2 and spring 3, and there does seem to be more intriguing or unique fragrances coming down the pipeline, but those will be till spring 2 or 3, so it's probably not going to be for a hot minute. So this is just kind of what we're dealing with right now. So I've just honestly just kind of been enjoying burning my collection as it is, and then just buying the very few limited new releases from BBW as I did today. And that is pretty much it. Yes, let me know if you're excited for any of this, or white t-shirt or fresh coconut and cotton. I really want to smell or get fresh getaway as well. because I really actually enjoyed that one on the spray in the store. So I want to get that as well. And then we'll just look forward to the spring 2 and 3 releases afterwards. And that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.